Yo, yo. What's happening? What up? What up? What up? Oh man, I'm missing some stuff. It's all right. What's going on with y'all, man? Want to give y'all my 10 cents on the Malcolm Brogdon trade over to the Boston Celtics. As far as the Indiana Pacers, what they get back, I'm not really concerned with it. Not really much to talk about there. The Indiana Pacers, as far as I'm concerned, are a joke. They won't be doing nothing no time soon. All right, they got cap space. I'm not even sure if they got picks. I'm not sure. Indiana Pacers seem like one of these teams who they just won't be getting it right no time soon. And they did make the playoffs a couple years back, maybe 2 years ago. I really can't remember because that's how irrelevant they are now. On the flip side of things, I mean, shout out, they got a couple players I like, man. I like Miles Turner and I really like Tyrese Halliburton. All right. But this Malcolm Brogdon trade indicated that they are preparing for the future. Maybe Tyrese Halliburton is the player that they decide to build around, right? All in all, no matter what the situation, I feel like the Boston Celtics have probably won this trade for the simple fact that they add a guy in Malcolm Brogdon who brings. It seemed like they were missing a true point. Seemed like they were missing a true point, and I think Malcolm Brogdon can be that guy. Now he has some he has some health concerns, injury history. That's one thing about him that I will be keeping my eye on for sure. For sure, his age is another thing. 30 years old. All right, he came into the league. He was a rookie when he was 24. He was a 4-year guy in college, and I think that helps a lot of players and it hinders a lot of players. And Malcolm Brogdon, it helped with his IQ for sure. It helped him to be able to be a true point and help to run a team in an efficient way. So he's a free agent at the end of next season. So that was a had to be a really a bonus when you're looking at the Boston Celtics. Hey, we bring him in. If we like him, we keep him. If we don't, we go ahead, let him go. We trade him, whatever, right? So again, he's 30 years old right now. He'll be a free agent at the conclusion of next season. Now, Malcolm Brogdon, he is he's a very special case. Very special case, man. This dude averaged, in 2020 in the playoffs. Man, this dude he averaged 10 assists in 4 games, man. He averaged 10 assists through 4 games, and that's huge. That's huge. I don't really care what nobody say. That's huge. And to go along with his 10 assists, and this is versus Miami. All right. Go along with his 10 assists, he had 21 and a half points and only 2.5 turnovers. Now, 10 assists, 2.5 turnovers. I live with your 10 assists. If I live with your 2.5 turnovers, if you getting me 10 assists and 21 points, I can't really be mad at you for that. All right. He had a field goal percentage of 37%. All right. 37%, 3-point field goal percentage. I'm sorry. And that's on his career. He's a career 37% 3-point shooter. And I think that's one of the things that really helped, along with Danilo Gallinari. I think that's one of the things that will be helping. It's just more buckets. It's more buckets. It's more IQ and there's more buckets. And in my mind, the East is rough. The East is rough in my mind with these two moves because here's the thing: the Boston Celtics, they only got better. They had to give up maybe I think a draft pick for next year. They gave up Neesmith, Aaron Neesmith, and somebody else. I can't remember who it was. A lot of people might say that giving up that draft pick was big, was major, but I don't think so. If we're talking about a team that's competing, really, what does the draft pick mean? We talking about guys who just made it to the finals. So really, like my man say, fuck them picks. Honestly, fuck them picks because I'm already in playoff contention. And then here's the thing, man. You have to give up something in a trade. The Boston Celtics really win here because they didn't have to give anything back. They didn't give back anything that would break up their core. all of their starters, all of their rotational guys, they're all coming back. They only got stronger. So, that gives some people, some players a chance to get a little bit of rest. We'll get to see who rests with or what type of lineups they can come up with to provide rest for their star players without losing too much productivity while their star guys are on the bench, meaning Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown, because realistically, nobody else really provides too much offense on that team. So they bring in more offense. They already a very good defensive team. Malcolm Brogdon is not a slouch on defense. Danilo Gallinari is not the best, but he'll be a rotational player. So I can't imagine that he'll get away too much, right? And I think that they really only helped the Boston Celtics. I think it was a very good move. I think Malcolm Brogdon is the type of guy you want in your team culture, honestly. And they didn't give up anything. Again, they didn't break the bank. They didn't break the bank to bring him in. So I think that was a really good move. I also think that I think they'll be back. I think they're back to the Eastern Conference. I think they'll be back at the to the Eastern Conference Finals. Um, at the very least, I really do. I think it'll be them and the Philadelphia 76ers. That's just what I think. I think that these two teams will be the ones. I think that the 76ers will finally get over the hump. And I think that they'll make it to the Eastern Conference. And I think they'll be going up against the Boston Celtics. I like Giannis. I love the acquisition. They signed Bobby Portis to a longer term deal. I just worry that I just worry. I don't know. Maybe they're not doing a very good job of keeping up with what's going on in the league or around the league because these teams are they're only getting more and more competitive. They're adding the right pieces. You know what I mean? Whether it's a coach or whether it's you know what I mean? They just adding the right pieces. All of these teams. So I'm a little worried about what's going to happen over there in Milwaukee as far as with Chris Middleton being able to stay healthy. Drew Holiday's getting a year older. He still moved really well. Drew Holiday, one of my favorite players, but all in all, I don't really have. I think maybe possibly Giannis could will them to the but Eastern Conference Finals. But I don't know. I think it's a lot of competition. Again, you still got Miami out there too, who maybe they haven't really made any big splashes, but they did bring back their core guys. They brought back their core guys and re-signed who they could. I think they lost PJ Tucker to Philadelphia. You know what I mean? So all in all, I think the Boston Celtics made a pretty good decision by bringing in Malcolm Brogdon, signing Danilo Gallinari. All right. Um, that's all I got on this one. I guess I'll catch y'all next time. Appreciate y'all checking me out. Peace.